Here's another tip for you, a tip from the workbench. I was watching a video of Ken the other day shortening some screws, and I thought, that's not the way I do it, but his works. Let me show you mine. Let's say you have your standard gun screw or scope mounting screw, ring screw, anything where you have a cylindrical head. Or you have set screws, anything where the head can be easily chucked inside of a drill motor. Now, you decide where you want it cut, and then you go ahead and you can do what I do and either use a vise, or here at the workbench, I just put them down here in a set of vise grips and use a Dremel wheel to cut them off. Actually, I have a great big set of cutters that does a real good job of cutting screws off, and just get it close. In this case, we're going to demonstrate how we do this. And how do you keep them even? It's tough to get those ends flat and get that perfect bevel on it so that it threads right into your part. Now, you can do it on a lathe, but that's a lot of effort. So we're going to chuck this right in here. Okay, let me reverse this. And I'll show you how we keep everything perfectly flat. Now, if I say, well, you know, we're going to do this here using a belt sander. You go, well, how do you keep that level when you do that? Okay, well, you don't really have to. And you don't have to worry about whether it's slightly side to side either. Because since this is turning, you can't turn a flat onto a piece of anything that's turning. You can't cut a flat bevel on it. You can turn a bevel around the circumference, but you can't turn it crooked, okay? So let me show you what I mean here. Or up here, and you'll notice I'm not coming in exactly straight. Or I could do it this way. Doesn't make any difference. Because if you look at the tip, you'll see that that is dead square. Watch that as it turns. You see? The end of that is flat. All right, well, now we got to make a bevel around it because we want it to thread nicely into the hole. Well, that's the same way that you get a nice smooth bevel. And there's your nice smooth bevel. So, proof's in the pudding. Let's see if that threads. Ooh, looking good. Now, this actually came out of a set of Chinese scope rings, but it's actually a number 836. But you saw how easily that threads in. It just threads in perfectly. No problem, no pain, no strain. So cut that thing off, put that in there, bam, hit it on there, bam, hit it on the side, you're done. Say, well, okay, what about a screw like this, where you've got a small head on it and it doesn't readily clamp into a drill motor? Well, the easiest way to do that, of course, is to just take a nut that fits the screw, a hex nut, run it up tight, tighten that screw into there good and tight, and then grip that hex nut, which has 6 sides, with your 3-jaw drill chuck. So it's got to be dead center and it'll work perfectly. The other way you can do it is by using a screw checker or something where you have the holes in there. You can set that right on here and put that up, and you can see whether or not it's square. And we'll do that here. Okay, that's a nice flat edge. And then you put a nice bevel on it. You rotate it around in there. And now, just in case you didn't get it exactly perfect, when you back this out of here, it'll clean up your threads. Amazing. So 632, does it thread back in? By golly, yes it does. So 2 fast, simple ways. You don't need a lathe or anything else.
Do you want to learn design, function, and repair on all different types of firearms and become a certified professional gunsmith? If so, go to www.americangunsmithinginstitute.com and request a complete information package.